So do I just intro this shit?
Yeah.
Alright.
Did you want to start at the main menu, or did you want to start in the game? Hello.
Well, what's up, Blarpers? It's Scarlett here in Doki Doki again. Blarpers.
No.
I call them Blarpers, and you can't change my mind.
You call them wrong.
Vote in
They
the
are
chat.
offended.
Vote in the chat. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're offended that Scarlett called you blarpers.
This wasn't an issue yesterday. I said that like 3 times.
I know, because neither of us felt like correcting you. Because technically,
No one's gonna let me be wrong on the internet and not say anything.
Because technically, we would be the blarpers.
Man has a point.
Because we are the ers of the blarp.
Because there was logic in the you ruined it.
Go.
Alright,
I'm pretty sure
last
we said
episode
that,
we left off about to
I'm pretty
share
sure
poems.
at this line, yeah.
I'm not gonna read it again. Well, I guess I didn't read it. Sayori and... wait.
Yep.
Okay. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile...
I look at the book, it seems to be erotica, which also explains the determined face.
Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. This is like worse than your monotone yesterday. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It is indeed erotica. It looks like the same book that she lent to me.
Oh, that's actually kind of sweet.
Aww, we can read erotica together.
We can get horny together.
More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages.
Aw, she doesn't even know what the fuck it is, but she wants people to talk to about it.
She already looks horny. Look at her. Well.
No, I was just doing that just because.
Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me. And her eyes meet for a split
And the stars
second.
align.
And my heart beats in my balls.
And my dick goes erect.
We found out when Darren had his first boner today.
I don't want to know.
It's not what actually happened. You just
Was that
learned about my
17?
vulnerability.
It was at 17.
But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out.
I was
mutter
just
this.
spacing out.
Whatever. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh. It's fine. I'm good, I swear. I just blanked out for a second. If I was focused, I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this.
That's the book you gave me, right?
I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Yeah, totally rereading it, not just for the first time.
Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
How did I get one to you?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore this that's not what I mean. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
That's not suspicious.
That's suspicious.
I see. You want this dick. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go.
It's obvious, but I don't know what it is, so I'm gonna let it go. Because I'm an idiot.
But I am oblivious.
I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. A very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What is it about, anyway?
Well, you just have to read it. You'll find
You
out.
didn't even read the back of the book? Amateur. Tentacle porn.
Scared her. She doesn't even know what this thing's about.
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. Like you could have fucking done, you dipshit.
Right. What's this book about? Let me read the summary to you.
The book is titled Portrait of Markov.
Okay, that doesn't tell me what the fuck it's
There's
about.
an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Put the lighter down. Oh my god.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life is really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from the human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately do to trust.
Are you in like a speed reading contest or some shit, bro?
Imagining that she just starts like spewing on and on about this summary.
I was gonna say, play this back at like half speed and you'll understand what Andrew's saying.
Yeah.
She definitely won't. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart.
Sounds like a bitch. That's kind of
Bitchy.
dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere.
Ah ha ha.
Yuri gently giggles. All of a sudden.
That's kind of... That's what just happened right there.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Derber? Are you a big?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things.
It's been a day.
She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
To be fair, it's been a day for us too, and I completely forgot that that's what she was into.
Moral of the story is Dare Bear is a dick, in game and IRL.
And out. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. And horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. And suddenly, when thought we related to protagonists, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. This is why I don't read things. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
No. It's, I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize.
I'm sorry.
I haven't lost interest or anything. I just got distracted by your tits the whole time you were talking.
Trust me, I'm never losing interest when I'm talking to
Well,
I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange.
If I say end up something strange.
Please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry.
I'm worrying.
That just means you're passionate about your reading. It's cute that someone as hot as you has brains. The least I can do is listen.
She's got a point, though.
It's a literature club, after all.
Ah, that's true. In fact,
in fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
you don't have to.
When are we getting to the
What are you saying?
Ah ha ha.
He's just like, I might as well read this now. It's supposed to be poem reading day.
Ahaha, what are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it.
Well, I changed my fucking mind.
Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right?
No.
I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Just don't mind the wet stain when I
see-
stand up.
You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright. I opened the book and started the prologue.
You read it wrong. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading... She's reading for that was the longest streak yet. I went without laughing. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
No.
Sorry.
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. Sorry.
Ahaha. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them.
Oh?
Oh?
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching.
You know, I was further ahead in this book than you, but fuck it.
Alright.
It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open.
And my left arm I put around her.
And gently squeeze her titty as we read. I guess that makes it kind of a difficult... I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Would you read your damn line?
Here.
Oh! Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before.
That was the point.
It's actually kind of distracting me, ... exclamation point. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision, ... What?
Are you ready?
Eh?
To turn the page.
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second.
I haven't read a single thing this entire time.
I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right, dumbass? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer.
Right,
It's the
Dare
least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. You know what my giant brain...
Yeah. Thanks.
It's Dare
We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. Blah, blah, blah. We continue.
Violation.
We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Ooh. My thumb gently... What? My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
What the fuck you mean by that? You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, so really nothing like you at all. But she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Wow. We really just called Yuri insecure.
Yep.
We really did. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. Yeah, that's exactly what we're saying. It's not like I can see into your head or anything.
But I can tell you're fucking insecure about everything.
But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
This boy hasn't read a word in his life, and he uses the word mannerisms. I see. Fuck you too.
Yuri remained silent for a moment.
But Care Bear, that's probably a terrible thing to have. That's so embarrassing that you think that.
Well, wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. I'm just an asshole. Sorry. I really...
My inherent character flaw.
I was about to say, at least he's not the asshole that's just like, oh, come on, baby, you should take that as a compliment.
Right. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I don't know.
You were self-conscious about your insecurities.
I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden?
Hey, everyone! Yuri jumped.
Exclamation mark.
I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Thank you, Monica.
Thanks, Monica. That was awkward. Yuri exhales. Spared from finishing your thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down.
Well, because we were going to kiss.
I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
So sorry that I looked at the floor for a second.
It's a good thing I saved you from this asshole insulting you.
It's not. It's fine. He was this whole.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb.
Ow.
Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
Ooh.
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish 2 chapters in your own time. I'm giving you homework now.
Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri's reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. I and myself was fucking redundant. Who do I show my poem to first? Obviously, fucking the MILF, dude. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair, and we also just had an intimate moment while reading a book together, and I feel the closest to her, but I'm sure Sayori will probably be offended. It's fine. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
Eh? What was that?
I don't know big words like that.
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. It's almost uwu.
She's gonna hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? You're just a douche.
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
I I saw words that represented sex on a page and I chose them. Really?
Freaking savant.
Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
There's no way a dumbass like you wrote something so good. Well, I know that. It just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Like we didn't spend exactly 3 seconds on every fucking page picking one word.
Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. Having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is they try to make their style very deliberate.
That's not true at all.
That's, yeah.
Especially
Actually,
for poetry.
No.
especially for poetry, people actually like copy and paste shit.
Yeah.
Well, this game is dumb.
Obviously. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter. They form fit the two together.
No!
I mean, I guess that makes sense only depending on the topic, because their writing style is probably just whatever they learned in English class that day. And if the topic doesn't go with, like, A, B, then I guess technically.
Darren,
The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Just like...
once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, it's not something you can...
Bullshit! I'm not an expert and I know more than she does.
She sounds like an expert.
Well,
Doesn't mean she is an
I mean,
expert.
Dare Bear in this game is fucking stupid, so
Their bear in real life is fucking stupid.
we know. Did you read your line
Yes,
already?
I did.
Okay.
There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part.
Now that is true.
It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that.
But she's a
Sorry.
bitch.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki.
All three.
Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do! I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Oh god, she's gonna talk again. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's rare. What? As if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny.
Considering we are in a literature.
After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Is this in fucking Japanese?
It's
No.
English.
I
Go
can't-
from the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm,
Calm, breathing air as
calms
of
it's not
the
just
present,
that.
but living
Breathing
in the
air.
past.
Yeah.
The light flickers.
I flicker back. Oh,
That is the stupidest poem I've ever read.
That's a semicolon. It looked
Yes.
like an S. I was confused. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
Her handwriting was pretty. The fucking poem was shit. What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
I'm stupid, Yuri.
Stupid.
Ah! Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Eh?
Sorry.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem.
Thanks for the feedback.
Even though it's short, it's really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
That one could have been longer, honestly.
Should've
Not at
been
all.
Epic.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
That was hard to digest.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Are you like... A necrophiliac or...
This story isn't about a ghost at all, Bear.
Really? No shit, Bear.
Right?
I must have totally missed the point.
No shit, Bear. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all.
Yeah.
But remember that poets often express their own thoughts and feelings and experiences doing their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture.
Painting a picture is
perhaps
artistry, not poetry.
in this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past.
Okay. That makes the poem a little bit more interesting, I guess. I guess I kind of just skipped over it, too.
I guess Kim completely missed the point, too.
Who?
And soon to be left with nothing.
Scarlett.
That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way.
Now I'm depressed.
I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too.
No,
so
it wasn't.
Even though, you know,
Nah.
I could figure yours out myself, and I had to explain mine to you.
I think I actually had to explain yours to you.
If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
Like the point.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Dad.
Me too.
Do we need to read our own poem?
I would assume so.
I figure Sayori next. Just because she'll be offended if I do put her last.
Nah, put her last. Dead last.
Well, Monika's clearly the big dog. Natsuki's a bitch, but at least Sayori will be nice to us.
Yeah, but Natsuki reads mine.
That's true.
That is true.
I couldn't expect it to be such a selling point.
Yeah, we did connect in that.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its toe. Hey! Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Hey!
Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a better, more realistic response. That's a little blunt. Fucking bitch.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad.
But it
It
is.
just didn't evoke any emotions. You know, like poetry's supposed to do.
So basically it's bad.
It's not cute enough for your tastes.
Oh shit.
Do you want to get smacked?
I'll pass for now.
What if it's in the ass?
Oh shit.
Sigh.
Then yeah, I want to get smacked on the ass.
Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Yeah.
It's deep.
I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
It sucks, bro. I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because wrote it
'Cause I
5 minutes ago. Everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff.
Because it does to be successful, bro.
So people don't even take my writing seriously. Monkeys climb, damn it.
Isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? No, it's to conform to society, clearly.
No.
Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. What the fuck was the message?
People can try.
But that's about it.
That's about it. That was the message.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard.
Nothing about that was hard.
Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write
when
it.
I write sucky poetry.
And everyone else around me writes good poetry. Yeah, I understand, I guess.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay.
I'll show you
What
wordplay.
Like
For
I set
rhyming?
up like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose.
Maha.
It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did.
See, it just made me think that a kindergartner wrote this.
I guess more went into that than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. Not that you'll ever know. I'm glad you learned something from me. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Well, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her, even though her poem was shit. Who should I show some of my poems next? Any input? I feel like we should save Big Dick for last.
Okay. I don't know, Big Dick might get offended.
This is a good poem, Dear Bear. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course.
Just
It's not that
rock my
good.
World.
Am I the kind of guy who'd be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right.
You mean you don't write poems for me?
But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, it kind of sucked. I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Dear Bear. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori.
You know what would be funny? Is if in a playthrough we name our character one of the girls. So it's just like Sayori. Sayori. Sayori.
I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. I clearly just want titties. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay?
I'll even sign you up for our weekly orgy.
That'll be my way of thanking you. And this blowjob.
Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right?
God, please don't suck, bro.
Don't worry, I'm
That's not how you say that. We'll see about that.
Dear Sunshine.
Oh, this is a longer one.
I want breakfast.
Dear Sunshine. The way you glow through my blinds in the morning. It makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed. Making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
This, oh my god, why is this the first thing that came to my head was this sounds like a girl struggling with her sexual trauma from her childhood, and this is how she wrote about it. The way you look through my blinds in the morning, like, seriously?
Kissing my forehead.
Sayori, this is just a guess, but were you sexually traumatized as a child? Did you wait until this morning to write this?
No! Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least it makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean! I still tried my best.
Ah,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you know, the only way I feel better about myself is when other people suck more than me.
I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Dumb and dim-witted.
and no depth at all.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school.
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
I'm not cranky. I had breakfast. This is so much fun. Monica's the best.
Ah, yeah.
The next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
There's
You'll
gonna be a
see.
next
You'll see.
It's gonna be about the moon next. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I put?
Which poem should we pick?
I think we
Skip.
should.
Skip.
Hi there, Bear. I forget what my voice. Having a good time so far? Oh fuck! This is me with me.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? All right, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up.
It's you
I'm
and
much
you
better.
and you.
I'm much better off going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
This is where I want you to fuck me.
Don't worry there, Bear. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's a sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Dare Bear. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I got the impression you were thinking about sex while you're writing this.
This is just a guess, but are you trying to get in my pants? Or in this case, my skirt?
But I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
And your dick size.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low.
Well,
Fair.
That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Most men. Aha! That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism? Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, like a kindergartner. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that like that effectively, blah, blah, blah. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel. Did I read that correctly?
Yep.
Okay. Or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I've never really asked, though.
you know, because we talk about nothing in this club.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. Do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. I could take a whole...
Regretting being narrator.
Yep. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. And don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write.
But if you want to force yourself on me, that's just fine.
It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ahaha! Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Fucking damn it, another bad poem. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
I'm confident that I'm not good.
Me too.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
Felt.
I see. Well, let's read it then. Let's get this fucking... Oh my god, it's called Hole in the Wall.
Hole in wall.
I have to read it.
Oh.
It couldn't have been me. See? Direction... what?
The direction the spackle protrudes.
What kind of fucking word is protrudes? Ew. A noisy neighbor,
murder.
an angry
I was about to
boyfriend.
say, it's
I'll
just
never know.
murder.
I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. Fuck. My retinas. I already scorched with a permanent what? Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image.
Of my life.
It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It's fucking anus. It was too deep.
Bullet hole.
Yeah, you know.
Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. This is clearly an anus. I realize
Do I
now
lick it?
that
Do
I
I get
wasn't
the
looking
strap
in.
on out?
I was looking out from inside the anus. And he on the other side was looking in.
Whew.
So,
It was a glory hole.
honestly.
It was a glory hole.
it was a glory hole. So, what do you think? It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Ahaha, it's okay.
You can.
Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. That's called slam poetry. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it, but I was in the middle of anal sex and I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that.
Mass murder through the anus.
I'm kind of nervous. I talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point.
That's true.
That is true. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today.
And make
Thanks for
a
listening.
big dark line of ink instead of a puddle.
Phew! I guess that's everyone. Where's my babe? There it is. I glance around the room. This was a little more stressful than anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities.
Literally nobody did.
I was about to say, 2 of them were probably worse.
Even if they're... I don't know. Where do you guys rank the anus poem?
Definitely better than Sayori and Natsuki.
That's fair.
So
I
at
think
least
Yuri's
second.
is definitely the best.
Yeah. And we didn't actually read ours, we just picked keywords.
I know. I'm kind of mad. I wanted to see the whole thing. I feel like it was kind of a Mad Lib.
Right.
Very much so.
Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this image?
Yeah? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
She's too smart, you're too dumb. Okay.
Yeah.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. Which one was Natsuki's?
The bird eagles can fly.
How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Because I couldn't think of anything nice to say. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say?
At least she's trying.
Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would ask somebody who actually liked it. Like Dare Bear.
You know, Because I only want feedback from people who are going to make me feel good.
Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. Well, Sayori's also a dimwit. And Dare Bear did too.
No, I didn't.
So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, you're a bitch.
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style.
Catfight!
I don't expect to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. Dare Bear liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Yeah? It's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well and towers over the shoulder.
Right.
Maybe you're just jealous that Dare Bear appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? What advice did you give us?
I don't remember.
No. If I was full of myself, I would liberally go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
The shade!
Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs grew a size bigger as soon as Dare Bear started showing up. That's okay.
Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you.
I don't like fighting, guys. Don't worry,
Suddenly,
fighting
both
girls.
girls... Oh, shit. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Dare Bear,
She's just gonna make me look bad.
that's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Dare Bear.
Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, but also a waste. You understand that, right, Dare Bear?
Okay,
How about we just
ladies,
appreciate each other's?
I have a suggestion that'll make this all go away. Threesome.
Well,
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with will probably think more highly of me.
Don't know anything about writing, but knows about whomever.
Uh-huh.
Right?
So of course that's going to be clearly Mommy Milkers.
That's you.
Shit. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem.
see,
Wait! That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different.
that's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously.
I understand. Yuri,
Eh?
you're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed.
Well, that's...
But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute.
I see.
Even though I also called it cute.
I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. Yeah.
But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that...
Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has
Torches Monica in the face.
In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling... What? All the words are blowing together.
I end up even feeling bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a... it helps to take a walk and clear my head.
Sayori, she doesn't need to.
You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now.
Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash.
Natsuki?
She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I genuinely approach her and sit at the adjacent desk.
Wait, that was close.
Yep.
She said sigh. Sigh.
Everything alright?
I'm so embarrassed. Can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No. Yuri, how could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you.
Well, alright, I heard you. Thanks, Derek. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now.
I never said I was going to be in this club.
You did yesterday.
I did, didn't I? Fuck. It's nothing.
One more thing. That one thing Natsuki said about, you know,
Your big ass
boobs.
titties.
I would never do anything so shameful.
It's okay if you did.
And then as she walks
So-
out, you notice she just like secretly takes out tissues from her bra.
Eh? What did Natsuki say? Oh, what thing did Natsuki say?
Well, never mind that. I'm going to go make some tea from the closet again.
Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay?
Yeah.
Make me tea, bitch.
And with that, I think this will be an episode.
Ah!
Thank you everybody for tuning in.
Yeah, there was drama in this one.
It was.
It's picking up.
Let's go,
It's
okay.
just like the book that Yuri let us have.
Holy crap.
Thank you, Scarlett, for joining us.
Yeah, can't wait till the next episode. Hopefully there's some fucking titties. I'm disappointed.
Also, we didn't explain this at all in the last episode. I've moved to Muncie with Scarlett,
Yeah.
so
I'm here.
pretty much all episodes will be with Scarlett, Andrew, or just one of the two. Or both of them and not me.
I have just basically joined Blarp Gaming at this point.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hi.
So,
Apex.
Expect Apex.
after we get Wi-Fi.
get Wi-Fi.
Well, by the time these get up, we'll obviously have Wi-Fi.
Yeah. What's else coming soon?
What's up?
What else is coming soon? Did you post
Titties.
Smash Bros yet?
Smash Bros.
Smash Bros. Oh yeah,
We
you
do
do have
some
Smash Bros. A
A lot of
then-
new things to come.
And then we have a slew of games right over there that we can play.
Yep.
And I'm starting to get back into another one that I think Andrew will be excited to
Let
start
us
on
know
the
what
channel.
you want to see from me. If you guys want me to do individual things like that. Remember that one time I streamed Dark Souls?
And then
Never did it again.
Code names.
Definitely
And Code Names. And Among Us, I think, is something you guys might see soon as well. I will drag the blarpers into fucking Among Us, whether they like it or not. So,
I think that time she actually used blarpers correctly too.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
just talking
yeah.
about us.
yeah, fuck off.
Bye.
Yeah.